much for watching our podcast, Real Estate Insider, where America goes for funding your direct nationwide lender for the last 20 years. Please give us a call or text us at 832-431-6331. It's where America goes for funding. Today we have our, it's actually Happy Juneteenth. I didn't even realize when I woke up today it was actually the Juneteenth holiday. So the banks are closed in celebration of this holiday. So I thought I'd come to you guys earlier today to discuss the focus for today that we're going to be talking about is self-employed private lending, the loan programs that are available. If you're self-employed, if you're an investor, you're an entrepreneur, what are the top 3 loan programs to get for 2025? So that's what the focus is going to be on for today and what we're going to be discussing. Breaking down non-QM, DSCR, private lending in comparison to conventional lending. So that's what the focus for today's show. We are open for business, so give us a call or text us if we can help you. 832-431-6331. It's Angelo Christian, where America goes for funding, guys. And remember, you can check us out on the web, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff, YouTube. So today we're going to be talking about private lending, the non-qualified mortgage for self-employed. So one of the biggest things that if you are self-employed, and there's over 37 million Americans in the United States that are small business owners, there's over 13 million registered real estate investors, and so that's almost 60 million people. Where do these people go to get loans when they try to buy a house, buy investments, buy real estate? So that's why these products are here, because a lot of self-employed, a lot of real estate investors, a lot of entrepreneurs don't have the taxable income to get a conventional Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, a bank loan. So where do they go? So that's the whole design and creation of private lending to cater to this whole market. It's a multi-trillion-dollar market to help people to get funding, whether you're trying to buy your primary residence, you're trying to buy a multifamily, a fix and flip, a bridge, a DSCR loan, rental property, short-term rental, long-term rental. So that's the whole purpose of why these products are here, is to cater to the millions of Americans like you and I that are in this situation. So the way that it works is that if you're trying to buy your primary home, you can use your bank statement to qualify. You can use your 1099. You can use the assets in your bank account to qualify. You can use your financial statement if you own a business, your profit and loss. So, and you can go up to a $30 million home or property with this loan program. So you don't need tax returns. You don't need W-2s. You don't need pay stubs. You do have to have good credit, preferably if you have a 700 or higher, that helps. We do go down to a 600 credit score with these private loans. On the residential primary side, if it's an investment property, we have programs with no credit score requirement. So if you're trying to buy a rental property, you don't even need a credit score. And if you're trying to buy a rental property, you don't have to have employment. You don't have to have income. So that's the beauty behind the rental side is, your personal income, your personal employment or lack thereof is not even verified or part of the process. But if you're buying a primary residence and you're going to live there, then we have to document the ability to repay in some way, whether it's through assets in your bank account. I'll give you an example. Let's say that you're buying a $500,000 house and you're going in between jobs right now. You're 1099, but you have $300,000 in the bank. You can use that money to qualify you for the loan if you don't have employment. It's just asset. You use the assets in your bank account to actually qualify you. So that's one way you can use assets to qualify you. If you own a business, let's say you own an AC refrigeration company, and you have your last 12 months of bank statements for your business or even your personal or both, you can use those bank statements to qualify you to purchase the house. They go off of the gross deposits. They'll give you up to 90% credit of what you're depositing into the bank account to actually qualify you for the loan. So it's a bank statement loan, okay? And for example, let's say that you deposited $10,000 a month into your business account. That's $120,000 per year. then they'll give you 90% of that, so 108,000 annually to qualify for that loan. And that's how they use for your debt to income ratio. Whether you file tax returns or not is irrelevant. They don't check that. You don't need W-2s. You don't need pay stubs. So it's a really, really powerful program because you can qualify just off of your deposits. Or let's say that you're 1099, you work as a truck driver for a bigger company, but you are still self-employed because you're 1099. Um, you can use that 1099 again up to 90% of the 1099 for the previous year to qualify for the loan. So if you made $200,000 in 2024, you can get up to 180,000 or 90% credit for that 1099 to qualify you for the loan with a 1099 only loan. Or if you have a profit and loss, if you're a business owner, let's say you own a restaurant and your restaurant does $1 million a year in sales and your net income is 200,000, we'll take your financial statement to qualify you for your home loan. And we do go down to a 600 credit score for these loan programs. Obviously, the higher the credit, the better the interest rate. These loans are fixed rates. There's no prepayment penalty. They're starting at 6.5% fixed. They go up from there based on the property, your credit, the down payment. Down payments are starting at 10% down. So they're very reasonable and they're designed to help us to get funding. So that way we're not denied access to capital, access to funding. We have access to money if we need it. That's why it's here. So if you're out there and you're a business owner, and you're trying to get pre-approved to purchase your home, it's a wonderful product because you can use it just not only for your primary residence, you can also use it for your second home. If you're trying to buy, let's say, a beach house, in Fort Lauderdale or Delray or wherever in Malibu, you can use it for your second home. You can also use it for rental properties, and you do not have to live in the state where you're buying the rental property. So if you live in California and you want to buy a rental property in Hawaii, you can, and you don't have to occupy, obviously, the state that you're buying the rental property. And those down payments for the rentals are starting with 15% down. But it's a really, really cool program because you can buy your house and your rental property. The cool thing about the rental property is that you can close in your LLC, so it doesn't have to report to your personal credit. You can put on your EIN. Now, your primary residence, it does have to close in your personal name. You cannot put the loan in your LLC for your primary residence, but for the rental property, you can. All right. And you can buy as many rental properties as you want with the private loans, and those interest rates are starting at 7.5% today. So they're great rates, and there's no mortgage insurance. The one thing on the private loans, they work a little bit differently on the rental properties. It's designed for you to stay on the loan long term. So they do come with standard 3-year prepay. You can buy out of the prepay if you want to, but the design of it is that if you're buying a rental property, you're going to keep it for the long term. That's why the lender is giving you a lower rate. So if you try to go to a higher interest rate, you can by buying out of the prepay. Let's say you don't want to prepay, then the interest rate being maybe 9% with no prepay versus 7.5% with a prepay. So that's kind of the example of how it works with a prepayment penalty. So, but after that 3-year time frame, the prepayment penalty is removed, it's lifted, and you can always pay more towards the principal. You can pay it off anytime that you want, but after 3 years, you don't pay any penalty for the rental property loan. On the primary residence, there's never a penalty. You can pay it off wherever you want. Okay. So, and these are for 1 to 4 family homes. So it could be 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit. You can even buy a multifamily and live in one of the units as your primary residence. So that's another really, really powerful thing about the private loans. And you can use this with DSCR. And we talked about DSCR loans on many episodes. The debt service coverage ratio is basically a rental property loan where they use the cash flow of the property to qualify you for the loan. So we offer on the rental property loans, they're available nationwide. from Hawaii all the way to New York. So you can use them wherever you want, right? But the primary residence loans, we offer those in 49 states, all states except New York. So you can buy your primary in any state in America with us, with the exception of New York. They're great products. And like I said, they start with as little as 10% down. You can get the closing costs included. They can be paid by the seller or they can be rolled into the loan so you don't have to pay out of pocket for the closing. Or you can pay the closing costs if you want to, but it's not a requirement. So they can be financed into the loan to help you to reduce your out-of-pocket expenses. So keep that in mind. And we talked about the interest rates. The closing costs can vary depending on your credit, depending on, again, the property, the location. The closing costs are usually around 3%. Now, those closing costs are going to be for like the title, if you have title insurance, legal fees for the escrow, your attorney, escrowing your property taxes and your insurance. So we have to get your property taxes and insurance escrowed if you're putting less than 20% down. If you're putting more than 20% down and you're refinancing and you're at below 80%, you do not have to escrow your property taxes and your insurance. But if it's less than 20% down, your taxes and insurance have to be included in the house payment. Some other important things about these programs is that this is not for long-term financing, not bridge loans. The house has to be habitable, has to be stabilized. So it means that it's not for fixer-uppers. If you're trying to do a fixer-upper, then we have to look at a bridge loan for you where you can get money back to fix up the property. These are loans that are designed for long-term, short-term financing that are habitable, they're occupy, move-in ready, for long-term financing. If you're trying to buy a fixer-upper, we have those products too, where you can do a bridge loan to buy the property, fix it up, get cash back, and then refinance it and pull the cash out once you fix it up. So the other thing is that there is no down payment assistance for private lending. So there is no market like for FHA, there's zero down, 100% financing. There is no down payment assistance for private loans. So you have to have, if you're purchasing, at least 10% down. If you're refinancing, then obviously you don't have to have 10% down because you already have the equity in the property. So keep that in mind. But these are wonderful loan products to help you guys out there to get financing. There's no reason why, after watching these videos and everything that we do on our channel, why you would be denied or neglected financing. We have the products for you. It doesn't matter what line of work that you're in. The only line of work that we can't lend is if you're currently, if you're in the marijuana business, then like if you're anything to do with marijuana, like manufacturing, growing, distribution, that is not a business right now that can be lent to for a standard 30-year mortgage. There are private bridge loans that we can do for that. But if you're in like hemp, your tobacco, all that's fine, or legal, THC. There's nothing that's illegal marijuana in the state that you're in. We're not allowed to lend to that type of business. But any other business that you're in, whether it's, pharmaceuticals, sales, production, manufacturing, oil and gas, finance, real estate, if you're self-employed, we got you covered. Any other industry. So we'd love to hear from you if we can help you with any of our private loans. Like I said, we can go up to a $30 million loan. And obviously those rates and terms are going to vary depending on the type of loan, how much you're putting down, the location, all of that stuff. So, but yeah, if we can help you, please don't be a stranger. Reach out to our office if we can do anything to help with the finance. So we're open 7 days a week. Like I said, we're open today for the holiday. You can call, text us, whatever, 832-431-6331. We really appreciate all of your help and support with the channel. Please, if you know anyone that's self-employed that's trying to get financing, have them reach out to us. Share this information. Don't forget to subscribe, enable notifications, like that bell. We need all the help and support that we can get to help and grow the channel. So please reach out to us if we can help to add value in any way. We're here to, obviously get you the funding as your direct lender. So please give us a call, text my office if we can do anything for you. 832 431-6331. Thank you so much for watching Angelo Christian. Don't forget, if you want to become a loan partner and get paid for your referrals, reach out to Angelo Christian. Send us an email to loans@officialangelochristian.com. Or you can, if you want to get signed up to get pre-approved with us, the links are down below to enroll to get pre-approved with Angelo Christian for financing. Or if we've done business with you, if you're a partner, or you want to get a free Amazon gift card, go to Angelo Christian Mortgage, give us a 5-star review, and we'll hook you up with a free Amazon gift card. So I appreciate all of you guys watching the show and the channel. We hope you have a great, happy, safe holiday. And if we need anything else, please reach out to Angelo Christian. Thank you so much.